we're going to hang out and just have a little bit of fun instead of setting up a game on the table. I have a digital game found on Steam that just recently released. It is Bullfrogs from Thunderworks Games. Now, this game is also going to be available on iOS and Android, I believe. So iOS, Android, and Steam all right now. Just released about a week or so ago. So I was lucky enough and fortunate enough that they agreed to send me a code so I could get into the Steam game and really show it off to you. Now, this was a game I did not get to try initially, physically. And now it's really hard to get hold of too, so I'm glad it's a digital app. But Thunderworks Games has been one of my favorite companies to play their games and work alongside, showing off their games. And so it's kind of cool to go back and see, because this was actually their very first game that they made before Role Player and Cartographers and the other stuff they're making now. So this is kind of where they kicked it all off, so I'm excited to get into, dive back, kind of take a step back and be like, okay, this is your roots, this is great to see. I've played the tutorial on this already, but I'm going to go through it again so everyone here can see how it works. And then I'm going to dive into the regular gaming. Now this should be a game that I believe you can kind of play online with other players. You can also play solo, set up some AI. So I'm going to try to show off a little bit, at least the AI, the tutorial stuff. And then if someone jumps in that also already has the game, I'll see if they want to join in. Maybe we can set up an online game as we're going. But we'll take it step by step, relax, have some fun tonight. So we'll check out Bullfrogs. So let me switch over to that real quick, make sure it's going to work for y'all. And there we go. It seems every time I click off the app, it wants to close the window, so it turns it black over here on OBS. So I'll try not to click back and forth changing views so it doesn't mess with y'all and what y'all see. So as soon as you open the game, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see this wonderful artwork, a lot of nice detail, and then a very straightforward menu. Do you want to play? Tutorial, statistics, so you can go back and see how you've been doing. Change your settings, of course. So I have adjusted some of the sound settings, so hopefully it's not too loud for y'all. If y'all want to hear more, hear less, let me know. Of course, credits where credits are due, because everyone who works on these types of games deserves to be recognized. So let's go take a quick look at who worked on this game. So the game design was Keith Medjicka. I probably said that wrong. I do apologize. Graphic design, Luis Francisco and Stephen Kerr. Cover and card illustrations, John Ariosa. Developments, Chris Hill. So, and then, of course, they've done more beyond the card game because they implemented digital. So we got some ambient sounds going on, some different music. Of course, they had some editors, special thanks for playtesting and stuff like that. And, of course, their website, because you should go check them out. Go check out this game and other games that Thunderworks Games is making. So let's jump into the tutorial. So when you go here, of course you can go back in case you really didn't want to, but we want to. So there's the normal tutorial. And then a single player, and then if you just want to read the rulebook. So let's take a quick scan at the rulebook, because some people don't want to watch a video on it, they actually want to read. So we're going to do that real quick. We're going to do a quick scan so you can see how you would see the rulebook, especially if you were playing a tabletop. So of course it's fun to see when there's some kind of background to the game, and it's not just, oh, here's the cards, play this game, what does the art mean? So we have an introduction. So, weapons clash, water splashes, and the booming battle cries of armored bullfrogs ring out across the moonlit swamp. Amphibian armies leap from lily pad to lily pad in their desperate struggle to win control of the pond. Suddenly, a shout of triumph rises up. Enough warriors have finally entered battle on a lily pad to dominate the fight and ensure victory for their side. Overloaded, the lily pad sinks into the swamp. Frogs scatter from the sinking lily pad to the surrounding ones, coming to aid their allies or sabotage their foes, their weight causing the lily pads to drift away across the cold, glittering water. The winning commander must understand the ripple effects of every move and avoid acting to win a single battle at the cost of losing the war. So just as water retains no constant shape, in warfare there are no constant conditions. So then it goes through, kind of explains the different cards, the icons, which we'll go over in the actual tutorial, so we won't have to read through the whole thing. I've just taken a quick scan at this. So it talks you through playing it, your actions, deploy and sabotage, so basically sending out frogs of your own, pushing other frogs to different pads, how scoring works. So there's the counting of frogs, because there's two different frogs in the game. There's standard frogs and bullfrogs. So they have good visual examples from the rule book, so you can understand how it's going to score, what's going to happen after it scores. What happens as so you win a lily pad, then things start to move it, so it shows directionality and things moving around. Then as you remove lilies and then slide them around, if they're not connected to the central basically log of the swamp that we're playing within. So occasionally you're going to, as lily pads sink, they're separated, you have to then move them around in some way. Drawing cards, because you're going to have a hand of cards that you're playing with, so you're drawing back up. How the game ends. So basically every person has a set small deck of cards, so once those cards run out, it ends the game. And then final scoring, so you total points on the card you win. Then you can get bonuses for if those cards were in your own color. Frogs that you have on the central log card. And then also it's kind of majority control on that log card. And so let's go back. Let's actually walk through this tutorial that it sets up for us, so we can learn together. So it's going to set up the game, show us the central log card in the middle, and tells us this is the log card. Pretty straightforward. Lily pad cards, they look like lily pads with little spots on them, so it looks pretty obvious how many spots on a lily pad there are. So we're commanders of Frog Army. It looks like we are red down here. And you begin the game with 14 standard frogs and 2 bullfrogs. And that's the nice thing is it's going to be showing us our current score as we play, so you don't have to worry in my head, I'm out of hand. You kind of can gauge that and see if you need to change tactics. Okay, so we have a player hand. They have it set up along the left side of the screen so you can see the full card within your hand. So as frog commanders, our goal is to capture as much of the pond as possible with our troops. So our troops, of course, being frogs, and we're adding and manipulating the pond, which are the cards, as we play. So each turn we'll pick a new lily pad from our hand to launch into the battle. Left click on the indicated. So it's going to kind of make us do certain steps in this tutorial, but it's done in a way that you actually learn what you're doing. So you're going to click on a card to pick it. Then you're going to be clicking where to place it. So next you place where the lily pad will surface, place it where indicated. Typically you can place it connected to any of the cards. One of 2 possible actions is leaping frogs off a lily pad. Let's take a look at the action. Sure, easy enough. So arrows are pretty straightforward. Along the columns and the rows is where we can do this. New frog troops leap off the new lily pad card in a straight line. Each lily pad card allows you a certain number of actions, indicated by the number of lily pad symbols in the corner. So here we have 4 actions, which then as you play that card, the actions will show up at the top of the screen to help you out. The lily pad you place gets 4 actions, so select your frog. So this is, of course, making us do a certain thing for the tutorial, but it's showing us how to do those things, so we can do it on our own later. And then you click where you want that frog to go. And the indicated lily pad is called the log, and it's special right there in the center. The log can never sink and can hold any number of frogs. At the end of the game, player with the most frogs on the log gets 3 points. Straightforward enough. And every player gets 1 point for each of their frogs on that log. So even if you don't win majority, you still get some points. Player with the most frogs on a lily pad when it sinks, gets the victory points listed. Frogs count as 1, bullfrogs count as 2. In case of a tie, no one gets the points from the lily pad. So you can sabotage someone and even tie to sink it, so they kind of lose out on what they've been working on. So there's a little bit of take that action in this game. Place your bullfrog on the lily pad card now. So yeah, it's wanting us to use an action to place a bullfrog. And now it's letting us know one of the other rules is you can only play 2 frogs / bullfrogs, so 2 new creatures total, on a lily pad each turn. So then you have to place your other frogs on a different card. In this case, it's saying place our last 2 on a different lily pad, which this is the only one in line with the card we played. So we used up the actions. Other players go. But we're automatically drawing a card, so we then have 3 cards in hand again. So as you can see, it played in a straight line, but it went all the way down here. And it does not have to go directly next to the card you play. So it's saying our opponent played a lily pad, then placed frogs on their pool onto the card. This ends their turn. Starts the next round. So once it's okay, so it's still telling us what to do. Second kind of action is called Sabotage. Other players' frogs can be forced off of a lily pad. So bullfrogs cannot be sabotaged. They're a bit too big, so it's hard to scare them away. Click on the enemy frog to make him jump. And they always jump 1 card away. So in this case, it's giving us the 3 choices. Maybe we do it up here since, hey, we know we already have technically 3, because it's kind of like area control. We have the 1 regular frog and a larger bullfrog there. Or we could kind of say, oh, no, you come this way, away from the log, so it's harder for you to get on the log later. So now we jump a frog and a bullfrog onto the same lily pad to fulfill it completely. Now the reason we're doing this, both a regular and then using a bullfrog, the bullfrog is worth 2. They put their bullfrog down. So if we played 2 regular, tie, no points, it wants us to use the bullfrog to show that we would win. So well done. If you run out of bullfrogs in your hand, you can play 1 from the board as if it were in your hand. So basically, if I ran out completely, I could then click a different one and move it over here. So when a lily pad card becomes full, it's going to sink. The player in control of the lily pad scores. You get an extra point if the lily pad is your color. So in this case, we're going to end up scoring this, and we're going to get extra points because there's a red card. So frog is worth 1 point, bullfrog's 2, for a total of 3. Computer has 2 points, so I win the lily pad. Lily pad is normally worth 3 points, but because it's my color, is worth 4 instead. Before the lily pad card sinks, a single frog can escape in every available direction. So say it was in the middle of the pond, you could have 4 of them escape off the card. In this case, we have 3 adjacent cards, so that means 3 can move. So frogs that do not escape return to the hand for future combats. Bullfrogs that do not escape sink and are lost. So keep that in mind. You have 2 bullfrogs to start the game, but you can lose them. And there's a specific order when escaping: losing frogs, losing bullfrogs, winning frogs, and winning bullfrogs. So we have to move the big frogs. Let's say he goes here, since we're still going to be winning that. You can click this one, say we want to go there. Let's go bullfrog over here for now. So now what this is done, we've now separated this from the main pond, and we need to rejoin it. So after the lily pad is finished sinking, any isolated lily pad cards slide to join the main part of the pool. But in this instance, we can put it anywhere we want. We can put it way out here, we can put it in this corner, so I'm just going to put it over here. So go ahead and play the next 2 turns on our own. The computer will skip turns and watch. Well, why is it going to skip turns? We wanted the tutorial to be like an actual game. So now we have 3 cards in our hand. There's a 3 action, a 2 action, and a 3 action. The more spaces on the lily pad card you're playing down is worth more points, but there's less actions as you play it. But here's what I'm thinking. Nice, easy enough play. Watch this. I'm just going to place 2 frogs onto this one. It's going to score, so that means these frogs start jumping to adjacent. Now, we had 3 cards around, so that 4th frog went back to my supply. And now, we select where this one's going to go. I guess it wants us to keep playing, and blue's not going to play for whatever reason. Let's do this. Do I want to kick it? I don't need to kick it. What I can do, I'm going to fill this one up. So this one's going to move somewhere. It can move over here. Oh, I accidentally used an action to do that. See how it's not letting me go back. So, but I'm going to place another frog. Oh, I'll place 2 on that. Since I kicked, I can't fill. I'm just going to do this. Now, ready for a normal game. Okay, easy enough. Let's go check out the single player tutorial. So this is the solo variant, instead of playing against AIs. Single player variant allows you to play against Isaac, whose moves are randomly determined. Several important gameplay changes, the first of which is that Isaac always goes first. Not the worst. Player marker here, only play on a little pad that has his player marker. Ooh, okay. So each turn, Isaac randomly moves the token based on the roll of the die this turn. Oh, you get to pick where Isaac moves. Oh, it looks like a typo in that. I can reach out to Thunderworks and be like, hey, there's a small typo in your tutorial. So I need to kind of ping that. If you're watching, you can clip that for me. Remind me later. Oh, and I'll probably try to also take a note for myself. Because this is part of the nice thing about showing off their games. Sometimes when you get in there first, I know it's technically already on the market, but we can find these things for them and help them correct it so it does better and more people can enjoy it. I'll make sure I reach out to them, probably screenshot this later and send it to them. Thanks for holding with me. Okay, so let's continue on. So this turn, you get to pick where Isaac moves. Well, oh, because it's multiple directions. Isaac's token can be moved to any adjacent lily pad. Select the indicated. Well, it said we get to choose. If it was a real game, we would. If it wasn't tutorial. So Isaac also rolls a die to determine how many actions he gets. So it looks like he's going to get 2 actions. This turn he rolled a 2, so he plays 2 frogs on the lily pad his player marker is on. Easy enough. Another difference is the single player variant is that you only get 1 lily pad card in your hand each turn. Go ahead and play. Okay, well, gonna force us to play it here. Now place 2 frogs on the lily pad that Isaac has a marker on. Well, maybe I didn't want to do that. First round is over. Isaac's turn. Roll. Once again, Isaac rolls and moves the die. This time he rolled that his player marker would not move. Okay, so on that die, a blank face means no movement. When there are player frogs on the same lily pad as Isaac's marker, his first action is to bump that one back to the player's hand. Well, that's not nice. I can only bump 1 frog per turn. Can't do it to bullfrogs. Well, okay then. That's it for the rule changes. The goal is a single player variant game is to get your high score. Fair enough. Scoring is the same as normal game, except that Isaac's score is subtracted from yours. Okay. Scoring skill shows how well you've done, gives you a goal to shoot for. We could work our way up from Squire Frogs to Footman Frogs to Knight Frogs, Duke Frogs, Commander Frogs, and Grandmaster Frog. Oh, congrats, we're ready to try it on our own. So let's go play. We're going to go normal, because networked is say you're going to play online, find a friend. See, and the player name you want to use for network games. Okay, so you're going to create your own username, essentially, into the system. I'll see if it accepts. Because everyone knows I'm Jaybird the Word. You can find me here on Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, of course some of these Steam games as well under the same name. Let's see if it likes it. It liked it. Okay, so it shows we could create games, join a public game, join a private game. We're not trying to do that right now. We just want to show off the AI first. So we're going to go play. We can go normal. So this is where we can either play against AI systems. We can like, hey, I want this many AIs, or maybe I'm going to be doing maybe it's a pass and play where potentially I'm one of the players, someone sitting next to me wants to play, and then we need to play it against AI. So you can still play a full game at the same table, it looks like. So that's what, you know what? If that's the case, that's what I want to test out real quick. I want to test out if that would work. Put it as chat. So it would say it's chat's turn. So it's, chat was in blue. So if people had wanted to play with me, we would play one of those. And the frogs start hopping. Oh, and then it'd be my turn. Yep. So in this way, you can see that you can set it up to play at the table. You don't have to play over a network. One version of this, you can kind of pass and play. Say you have it on your phone, on a tablet, even. Take your turn, pass it. Say you're sitting on a plane or something else. You don't have to play online to play against someone, which is going to be really great for, hopefully, fingers crossed, as COVID stops kind of expanding and goes back down, where people can travel again as we get ready for conventions. Of course, we're going to be safe as possible when we go to those. If it wasn't safe, we wouldn't go, right? But you can find me going to, I'm planning for now to go to Gen Con, to PAX Unplugged, and Origins. If it's safe and okay for me to do, I'll be driving. Makes it safer that way. Vaccinated, staying with vaccinated people. That's, of course. And then we'll be wearing masks the whole time. But back to the game. So as you can see, you can play as a pass and play style. Or let's go back and show off the AI system now. Oh, so the back button was actually working right there. We're going to go main menu on this. So it does seem to save at least the last played game. So I could go play, or we could jump back into that other game. I'm going to set up a normal game. Let's set up an easy AI just so we can show it off a little bit better. And as we get better, we can up it, or we can show off this single player version as well. I think, no, let's go single player first. And then I'll show off the multiplayer standard version with AIs. So let's see how well I can do against the solo. Okay, so they're up there. I get one card. I can either fight them, or I can just keep them from getting onto my lily pads and do a few different things. Let's start here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go standard frog all the way next to him. Let's make it 2. I'm going to bullfrog down here and a standard frog. Now the plan on this is, because if I'm on where he is, in theory he's going to kick me. But Oh, that's the problem. He kicks it straight back. He doesn't kick me to the log, like I would have hoped. If I go Bullfrog down, I'm going to lose Bullfrog, but I can at least tie up that pad, and he gets nothing. So you can use the scroll wheel to zoom in and out in this game. You can right click to pan it, so you got this nice peaceful water background. I'm not sure you can pan, like you can pan, but I'm not sure you can tilt zoom. View turn log, so you can see what everyone's been doing each step of the way if you want to kind of really examine how you play to get better. Well, I have to play this card. Let's do something like this. Let's start getting some more frogs out. Okay, so he's not going to move. He kicked, of course. Think what I want to do. So he wastes a turn kicking. Well, I'm going to kick him. I don't want to let him jump to the middle. Nope. Go back. I'm just going to place one there. But that's going to score it, make him move. It's no better. Because I don't know where his Bullfrog's going to go. So I'm just going to start filling in my other lily pads I can get onto. Not going to move. He's going to finish that, so he's going to score it. Just 5 points straight up for him. Oh, it's going to make me move the frogs. Well, that's not fun. I don't want to have to move it. Move it, move it. Okay, so let's do this now. Start putting these frogs down. So then these can all jump after I score that card. Score myself an extra point for it. Now it's going to want me to move this. Put it here. You're about to see why. Hopefully I can put the next one right here in line. And that gives me 3 rows, or 3 different cards I could put frogs on if I chose to. I know he's going to kick off of this one, so I'm going to slow him down. And we'll start filling in this. So he's going to come down 1, 2 actions. I don't like that. But what I can do, I can kick to there to let that fill. Kick to there to start to do that. And then I'm going to place here. So I need to move one of his, make him go that way. Put one on the log. Put one back here. Okay. If I do this straight line, I can kick him to there, so that one's going to fill. I'm going to start placing onto these. Now watch what we do. This one's going to go this way, that way. That one's going to fill that one as well, so I can score this second card. We're going to do some isolations. Let's put this way out here out of the way, so it's harder for him to get that blue to the log. Where do I want to put this one? It's not bad. Oh, why did he go there? I don't know the rules for what makes him decide that one or not, but not a big deal. So I have to play this one. going to do this. I get 3 actions. I don't want to kick him because I'm still going to win this card. So what I can do... make him move there. Jump onto that one. I'm going to kind of try to plan ahead and daisy chain a couple of these. He wanted to move right. He couldn't. I'm more than happy with that. I'm going to get 3 for this one. Okay. Let's do this. It'll allow me to move in a second. Don't want to kick him because I want to put 1 on this. But do down here, scoring this middle card, so I'm going to have him jump away. Jump to that one, so it'll score next as well. That can go on that, that jumps back. I have to then score this one. So now I can gain majority down on the log, which is helpful. Do that. If he does move, it seems to be 1 at a time. He can't move that way, so he's going to place 2. Okay, easy enough. Ooh, nice. Okay, so I'm going to do some daisy chaining on this one. Place on that one for sure. 1, 2. That's 3 actions. These have to move. Go 1 that way, 1 that way. Score 1 of these this way. Oh, I did not realize that was 10 turns already. Oh, so we got Commander Frog, 40 points. So for the lily pads, I got 36. Other lily pads 5. Isaac's score was 6. Kept that nice and low. Frogs on the log was only 2, but we did dominate it, so we got 3 additional points for it. So a Commander Frog, so just 1 tier down from the best score possible on this solo mode. First time trying it out this way. Maybe we just happen to have somewhat decent tactics. So now we're going to go do a switch to a normal game. Let's go with some simple AIs. I want to get quite a few AIs in. Now let's go with 2 additional AIs. Going easy just to show it off. So I'll be red, I'll be blue, and yellow AIs. Nope, and it's having us go first. So this is a good opportunity to get plenty of frogs out on the board already. We'll just wait and see what they decide to do before we throw too many bullfrogs out. So they put a bullfrog on ours. Okay then. That's how it's going to be. Bullfrog, bullfrog. Here's what we can do. We have 3 actions. Bullfrog this one on them. And I'm going to go down here and start taking over their blue, so they have to kick me to take it over. So they kicked me onto that one. Okay. I can work with this. So what we'll do now... yeah, 2 actions are enough. I'm going to go up here. Put 1 and 2. See, this is the only thing I don't fully get is my bullfrogs are lost, but theirs are not. I don't think I've saved a bullfrog before. I don't want their bullfrog on the main. I want log majority. Like, I feel there's still plenty of mistakes I make when playing this game. Let's do something like, well, all of the cards I'm about to play are the same, but I can do some kicking around at least. One more action. Let's get on to this one. Well, there goes my bullfrog, but I did score that card at least. Oh, they're spreading this out down here. There we go. And I get one more action. Be a bit bully go after theirs. So I got 4 actions. I don't want to. I can kick here. Game majority there. You know, let's just go after it full on. Move that one here. Oh, I kicked it. Sorry, I thought I was scoring it. And I lost my bullfrog because I let them do that. Oops. All's well that didn't end well for me. You know, let's just take over this inside slot. And go and score my pad over here. Make them... I keep miscounting my actions. Not letting it fill. So they did that. Didn't score the card. Definitely not my best decisions on a lot of these. I need to get more into the log over here. But I can do that by a kick to here. Place 2 here. To score, I'll let this one come back here to there. Take over the log. Blue's really trying to take over that log from me. Okay, I got 2 more turns. Could go there and there. Yeah, I think doing this would be good. Fill in my cards to score extra for myself. It's all the actions. I'm going to send yellow down here, blue up to the yellow, add to the log. So now blue's going to be forced to get some of these next to the log if they really want it. Okay, yellow daisy chained and helped me out on that. Here's what I can do. I can win this log over. Send. Blue back. Yellow down. Allows me to score these. This card's gonna move. I don't want it anywhere near the log. Oh, he's gonna try to get one on with that one. So, oh, it didn't tie up the log. Okay then. Well, there's that game. It's 2 easy AIs. Looks like I took 5 of my own lily pads. Yellow took 6. Other I took 38. Yellow took 24. Blue took 19. Frogs on a log, of course, and that took log domination. But of course I made several weird mistakes in that. Let's go kind of see what kind of achievements you can do. I may have already grabbed a couple of them. So monkey can be taught. So if you finish the normal tutorial, as you can see, I did finish it last week when I got the game. Lonely monkey can be taught. Finish the single player variant tutorial. There's the minimum commitment. Win 2 normal games, which, as you can see, I've done. Done to cap lose 10 normal. Well, fortunately, that's still at 0 of 10, so I haven't lost any yet. But indecisive much. Undo 20 moves in normal games. Apparently, I've undone 5 moves. Okay. One was a misclick, but maybe that's a hey, don't do this. Super Mega Points. Earn 65 points in one game against an easy AI. Most VP earned, easy AI. Oh, I've hit 63. I almost have that Super Mega. Super Mega 2 earned 60 points in one game against a medium AI. Or 50 points against the hard AI. So I still need to play those modes. And then we got the solo play. Win a single solo player variant. That was just a while ago, not too long ago. You watched me do that with you here on stream. Supreme Menta went 10 games against a hard AI. That's going to take a while probably to hit. I'll have to play it a lot and get good at the game. 0 hero, score 0 points in normal game. Well, fortunately, I hopefully never earn that. That's like intentionally, I don't know, you almost have to intentionally try not to score shooting a moon. Because if you get any frogs on the log, you lose. That may actually be a fun shoot the moon challenge for myself. Self-obsessed when view the achievements page 15 times. Okay then. And this counts as one of those times. That's kind of a funny thing to add. World domination, win 5 portal games. Determination, win a cumulative 500 VP. VP earned 377. So I just a few more games, be right up there. Feels a little low because I think VP is basically just for every game you play, you're getting the VP into that. So that's essentially if you're earning 50 points a game. If you're doing well enough, that's basically 10 games. Spendthrift, play 15 frogs from the board. Oh, okay. So they'll play 15 frogs from the board. So if you actually run out from everything in your hand and then start moving the frogs you already have on the board around. That may be a little hard to do because luck of the draw for the cards is you're going to have to get the high action cards first to have actions enough to get all your frogs out and not be booting anyone. But interesting achievements to attempt for. Of course, we've got high scores, how I've been doing. So this shows, it shows dates and the exact scores I've been getting. That's kind of cool. So you can check off the normal. Now, all of these were against easy AI as I've been learning the game. But as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just 7 games, so only 6 games before tonight. Like, I caught on like that. Super easy to learn, as you probably saw from both the tutorial and just seeing how few games it took for me to play a smooth game here on stream with y'all. Also plays very fast, as you can tell. Even that solo variant was very straightforward, very fast to learn, and not that hard to play. Now, granted, I don't know if there's a way to change difficulty of that solo mode, or I just had some lucky die rolls. But maybe there's some tactics of keep him from moving by getting him off into a corner and not knocking his lily pad away. But yes, definitely a lot of interesting things in this game. Kind of, you want to have a quick, maybe 10-minute relaxing game. You don't want to pull something off the shelf, set it up, jump. Either you can have it on your phone, on a tablet or something, even on your computer. Be like, okay, pull it out. Do something very casual. And if you're listening to this music, it's very calming, relaxing, and kind of soothing. Like, I think the other night when I was learning the game, I was kind of tired because it's been long weeks, and I got close to putting myself to sleep because I was just kind of bobbing and relaxing and listening to it, and I realized I'm not playing anymore. I'm enjoying the simple melody that's running through here. So yeah, that is Bullfrogs from Thunderworks Games. Nice, straightforward card game that they made into digital form. You can find it here on the Steam app, on iOS and Android systems. And like I said, there's both the pass and play option that you could see. There's the solo modes, play it online. So there's multiple ways to play it. Either you're at home, you're traveling, or whatever it may be. You can still make use of the app. And of course, the cute art, straightforward gameplay, but I can tell there's a depth of strategy that I'm going to have to work on if I want a decent chance against the medium and hard AIs, because medium and hard, because I've been playing the easy. Of course, I've been beating it, as you saw, but I can't keep it on easy unless I just want to relax, and I care more about the score than enjoying the game and trying the tactics. I have noticed that I tend to lose my bullfrogs quite fast. Maybe I'm not focusing on where to play them, because it seems the AI keeps their bullfrogs longer than I do, which I need to be better at. So that's already something I can see in the easy mode that's going to mess me up in the later, harder modes. But I do thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this. As always, play games and spread joy.